Hey, what's up traders? Before you get into this video, we're running a contest for everybody who likes, comments, and to subscribe to my channel. We're gonna choose a winner at the end of the month, give you free access to my training academy, or if you're already a member of the academy, then a free strategy session with me, 30-minute phone call, get ironed out whatever part of your trading game you need help with. And yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna choose a winner at the end of the month, and enjoy the video. Thanks for your support. Peace. Hey, what's up, guys? It's February 9th. It'll be September before we know it. It's February 9th, 2020. It is Sunday. Weekend goes by so fast. So let's get right into the weekly outlook video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment below, and we're going to do a little contest at the end of the month. Gives people free access to my training and call with me. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, thanks for watching. If you're looking for a legit trading community and training where you can actually learn and people care and change your life, if you're willing to put in the work, this is it. You don't have to look any further. If you're willing to put in the work, it is possible for you, and I am living proof of that for sure. And my methods work, and the way to approach the market so you can develop your own style, and that's what I hope you can do. So that being said, I'll go over some charts today, and that's the same way I will be approaching the markets, and the same way I'll encourage you to do the same. So I have US dollar yen pulled up here. I did a more in-depth look at this, so I won't go into too much detail here. But the main thing is that we're at this huge trend line, and we got rejected despite the big numbers for NFP. So, well, they weren't really big numbers, but they were good numbers, and it looked like the market had already priced it in. Over the weekend, we had more coronavirus news, more or less. Not anything like new, but just the extent of how bad it is over there, and that the situation is not getting any worse. It's not improving. Excuse me. So I'm hoping potentially we get a gap lower, start off the week, and more downside. Specifically to this demand zone here, which is at the 38.2. So targeting 108 for our first stop for US dollar yen, and that's kind of the attitude across the board here. We're trading below, and in Euro USD now we're trading below the 110 level. This is like a critical area, and it looks like we're picking up steam down here. So I think for Euro USD, the best game plan, the best way to approach this is to I really hope we get a rally back to 110, and then we hit that resistance there and a move lower. It's definitely the way I'm going to be playing Euro USD. So we send this chart out to my group. I'm going to go ahead and save it here. And so that's kind of the way I'm looking at across the board with these pairs. Like the dollar picked up some big strength at the end of last week, and now we're here we are on this below this trend line here on GBPUSD, which is kind of marching to the beat of its own drummer because of all the new Brexit stuff. But same deal, unless we get some significant weakness out of the dollar. I'm looking for opportunities here to sell rallies now on dollar pairs. And if we go down, through the board now here, this is a pretty interesting setup here on dollar Swiss, what could be considered an inverted head and shoulder pattern here. But this, honestly, the shoulder, my opinion, is a little bit too low if we're going to get super specific with it. But if we do break out above this level here, then you can expect some bigger upside. I am hoping for maybe a retracement down, a dip, and I think dollar Swiss is going to be a great buying opportunity for sure. So, this is what my game plan is going in for the week. And then also like, it's kind of the same deal on yen pairs. Now, last week it seemed like we would have this type of scenario, but all of a sudden the market just shrugged off all the coronavirus news, and we made new all-time highs last week. So, but will this trend continue? I'm hoping we get some more downside. I'm pretty much just decided, until we have an all-out just market correction bloodbath, all I'm going to do is look to buy the dips on indices like the Dow, NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. So if we can get some sort of dip here, I mean, that would potentially make a nice double top. But you can see here, this is a false breakdown. So I'm looking for, some sort of buying opportunity here in the S&P 500. And hopefully it's a little bit, more of a dip and not this shallow. So maybe we can buy down here against this trend line. And I think that would be an excellent, game plan, especially if you're just judging by how it's only going up, unless we have an all out, just sell off war zone, then more than likely we're going to see more upside. But if we can finagle a good buying opportunity in the market, that would be great. Now, but until that happens, here we are with last week selling this, and we're trading below this trend line. So I mean, if it happens, I really doubt it. I kind of doubt it will though on this pair, because just how weak the Aussie's been. But if we could get a move like up to here, I'm would love to be a buyer there. And so that's what I'm looking at on these yen pairs, especially as more news comes in on what's happening with coronavirus. But if I can find opportunities in the market that will be rallies to sell, then I'm going to be all over it on these yen pairs. I think we had a big breakdown too on GBPJPY, but it could be bigger. Like, I'm looking at this trend line we're at now, and man, if we can break down below here, that's going to be big deal. This is going to be big. So we're at a critical level here on pound yen. And if I set another trend line here, you can see we already have kind of fanning trend lines set up, which is what I talk about in the trading. And so when you already see something like this start to form, it looks like more downside is on the way, right? So you got a nice setup here, setting up some good zones. And so, maybe we get a bounce to retest this trend line, and oh man, that's going to be a great selling opportunity. And the thing is, if we break back above higher here, then we know, we can change our bias around a little bit. But, given everything going on in the news with the pound dollar breaking down, I think the pound yen is going to be a great selling opportunity as well. And yeah, that's pretty much my game plan. So just to recap, strong dollar. We'll see if this dollar strength continues, and then we'll see if where can we go across the board and sell rallies on these pairs. So whether it's Euro USD, whether it's US dollar yen, where it's Euro yen, also it's going to be a good opportunity if we get a bounce. That is because we had some big downside here, and we're back below this trend line. And man, so talk about a fake out as well, because we had this bearish flag developing, and then we broke back up above the upside here. False breakout, man. It's just been false breakout after false breakdown. It seems like that's all that's happening in the market. But now we are below this trend line here, below these sets of trend lines. And this looks like to me some serious downside is about to come in, especially if we're still looking at what's happening globally with the coronavirus. So just like I shared on pound yen, where we are on that setup, we're at same situation here on euro yen. And you know what? If we just go ahead and the market opens lower and we gap lower, it could be a big sell-off. So we'll see where the market opens on this one. But man, I think the risk is going to be to the downside here. Also want to take a look at oil. And, with this dollar strength, we potentially have some more downside to go in gold. So we broke down, right? So this is a pretty good looking setup. And right now we're just broken down, and a retest here. Now with this risk off coming in, is that going to favor the dollar? Is it going to favor gold? Gold's been really having a hard time up against this level, but on the other side of that coin is that it's been hanging out here for a while. It hasn't gone down any, right? So the longer that it just hangs out up at this level and just kind of normalizes around this price, the likelihood that it just appreciates is way more than if we just get a move to the downside. Just kind of out of the blue. Typically, a sell-off would happen, and we'd get a big depreciation. And so far, that hasn't been the case. So, you could look at this technically too, though, that here we are on the daily RSI. You can use technical analysis on these indicators, and here we are. We just kind of normalized here. So this could be an opportunity that this moves higher, or if we do see this move below here, then we could see some downside. So my low battery just kicked on here, so I'm gonna call it a day. Let's take a look at oil real quick. But bottom line on crude is that we have been consolidating, and we're at this monthly or weekly trend line here. So you can see where we are on the RSI weekly. We've broken down here, and then started to make a rebound on the daily chart. But the good news is that we haven't made a new low here. So we'll see how we kick off here. Here we are on the 4-hour, and it's gonna be interesting to see how this thing opens. But we keep trying to break out. We keep knocking our head above it. If we look at the RSI here, though, we're just pointing to more upside. So it's going to be a great week, dude. We got a bunch of great setups. So I really hope to see you in our VIP group if you're not in there already. And to everybody that's in there, thanks for your support. Let's crush it this week. And I'll see you in the chat rooms. Peace.